Hello everyone, welcome to Kahliya. This is Mia. I hope you're doing well. Let's lavender us up a little bit. Some light energy coming your way. Beaming at you. I hope you feel that. Okay. I hope you're doing well. Before I start, I need to remind and to mention for any newcomers, that parallel to these videos on YouTube, I write a blog, which means that if I'm not doing a video, I'm writing an article, and there are times that I may be writing more than doing videos. In any case, I am always following the energies and determined to encourage, uplift, and guide you. So, sorry. Feel free to follow me there as well. And I did write an article this morning, and I encourage you to read it. It's not long. The current events may have you feeling discouraged and discontent, to say the least. I have mentioned something similar in a recent video concerning fake news and fake truths and corruption that we are discovering, that also may have us discouraged. The same goes here. When we hear of any evil and any harm and any darkness being caused to anyone anywhere in the world, we are all connected and we all are concerned and we all feel it. And it hurts. It hurts all of us. Any wrongdoing hurts all of us. And I think in recent years we are feeling more and more that connectedness to everyone. And so once again, we hurt at the moment. And part of that hurt is related and goes back to my last video as well. Part of that hurt is related to how the wrongdoing symbolizes for us or relates to wrongdoing that has been done to us in one way or the other. Even in just the general gist of it, it kind of triggers within us our own wounds. It doesn't have to be the same act, but just any sign of corruption and any sign of oppression and any sign of harm that has been done to another also, not only, but also triggers within us our own old pain and our own memory of being oppressed or harmed in any way. And so there is, of course, the energy at the moment. And this is why I recalled my last video, because referred to my last video, because the energy at the moment is to clear all of this heavy energy and these old wounds. And so this triggering is further pushing us to look at these wounds, to heal them. Otherwise, we are also, many of us are empaths, and so we hurt when we see something bad happening to someone else. And especially if it is wrongdoing and cruelty. That's something that it's very difficult to swallow. And it leaves us feeling helpless. And so what I came on today to talk to you about this and to tell you not to feel helpless, because, and I wrote about this morning, the biggest tool that we have to conquer evil and darkness is to create more light and more love. Where there is hate, we need to create more love. And where there is darkness, we need to create more light. And so we need to up the volume of our light. And that is the biggest act of protest that you can have, is in becoming more of who you are and shining even more of your light onto us all. And so if you have been hiding, if you have been shying away, if you have been lingering on this hindering of shining your light, now is the time, if you really want to feel that you want to express something against this cruelty and against oppression and against any darkness, the biggest and the best thing that you can do is own your light and move in to your higher self, to align with your higher self and become who you are meant to be. And that will be honoring you. It will be honoring your creation, your creator, all of creation. And you will be honoring as well the creation of those who have been affected by harm and cruelty and darkness. Because you will be honoring all of creation and their creation too. So that will be the biggest thing and the best thing that you can do. Seriously. Not to mention, the more we nurture and spread light, the less hate there will be. I'm not the first to talk about this. I don't know if I need to mention names because I'm sure that you know. I'm here just to emphasize this. And I'm here also to make a correlation between what is going on in the collective or on a global sense and what is going on with us on a personal level. As I've said in my last video, on a personal level, we are reaching a point where a lot of heavy old wounds are resurfacing, and we are meeting our fears and our hindrance caused by old oppression or trauma that we may have been gone through at an earlier time, and that may have reoccurred for us throughout our journey of healing and growth. And so there is a link between that process that we're going, that personal process that we're going through, and that turmoil that is happening within us, meeting our fears, meeting our frustration, because we do want to express ourselves, we do want to express our truth, we do want to become who we truly are, and there is something that is holding us back, and that hindrance is what we are dealing with. And so when we see on a global level an act that shocks us, that shakes us up even more. But there's also a higher purpose for this, because it builds up that frustration in a way that we feel that we can no longer be asleep. The world is awakening, and I have been talking about this in recent videos. We do see signs of this all over the world, and it's beautiful to see. You have leaders of certain countries that do not want to be manipulated anymore. They are waking up. Individuals are waking up. There's a lot going on. There is a lot of hidden false truth that is being exposed, and that again is on a collective level and on a personal level, and that has been going on, and it is still going on. And that is a great thing, because truth always comes out. Always. Always. You can try and hide it as much as you want, and it may be hidden for a while, but when the divine decides that it's time for us to know, then we will know the truth. So when we think of justice, and I'm not saying that we should not fight for justice, but just remember, there is universal justice for all of us. All of us. We ourselves answer to mistakes that we have made, and others will answer to mistakes that they have made. And this is all part of the learning process that we go through in our existence and in our evolution. So there is always justice at the end of the day, and it will come in divine timing to each and every one of us. But our responsibility is to our own existence, our own creation, and our own process of evolution. Our choices, our decisions. That's what we have to focus on, and how we contribute to our own lives and to the collective. And so that is why I am emphasizing whatever you can do today to create more light, more love, more joy, more beauty, more honesty, more respect, more health for you and for others. Do it today, now, anything. Your path of evolution occurs each and every minute. And don't look back to all the times that you may have stepped forward and fell back, because you will and you can step up 1,000,000 times, fall back 100,000,000 times, it doesn't matter. We are all advancing. We are all evolving. We are all learning and growing. So enough with the self-negative talk, and I've talked about that in my last video. okay? That will not help. Looking back, whatever happened, whatever didn't happen, however you succeeded, however you didn't succeed, it doesn't matter. What matters is absolutely now, this minute. This minute. What are you feeling? How are you feeling? Do you feel that you want to exist? Do you feel that you want to align with your truth? If you're feeling frustrated, it's because you're frustrated with yourself, with your own hindrance, with your own lack of self-expression. And so this anger does not have to be expressed in aggression. It has to be replanted in light, in growth. You have to try and do something to heal your hindrance of expressing your own truth and your own light. Okay, that is where your focus needs to be, because every drop of expression of light that you will create, you will be creating more light for us all. Okay, and that is the biggest act of creation that you can do. Remember, creation is the light that came upon us within the darkness. That is creation. So, I ask of you today not to feel helpless, to feel hope, to feel good about who you are, because you are one of God's creations. And you have been created with your unique light print. And if you want to protest, and if you want to rebel, and if you want to express, then express you. Stop hiding. Stop hindering yourself. Like I said, any little thing that you can do today will be great. And any little thing that you can do tomorrow will be even greater. Make a pact with yourself to be true to who you are, to become the best version of yourself, because that will mean that you are aligning with your higher self and you are aligning with your higher purpose. And by doing that, you will be contributing to us so much more. Only love conquers hate, and only light conquers darkness. Okay? We need to create and spread more love and more light. So do it today. All right. I will leave you with that. I remembered an example. It's just a small example, and it's not, it doesn't represent everything of what I was trying to say, but it's one example. I remembered Louis de Funès, a French actor and comedian that was once interviewed, and in his later days he created a veggie garden in his garden, and he said that the biggest act of rebellion regarding what they are doing to our food system, for example, is, well, he didn't I don't think he specified it. He said the greatest, I think he said something like the greatest act of rebellion that we can do today is create our own food. And so, and today I also saw a post on Facebook mentioning that there, after the virus, as a result of the virus, there are many more that create food gardens or something like that. And it reminded me of Louis de Funès as well. There is hope. Don't feel helpless. Start creating and start transforming and start creating more light. Okay, I will leave you here and I will send you again some light. Stay blessed and start aligning with who you truly are. And turn up the volume. Shine your light upon us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being.